There's a new threat to global food security, and it stems from fears that India's rice cultivation may not meet expectations. This comes even as 2 weeks ago, RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das emphasized the shortfall in paddy sowing, although buffer stocks are above par. The question, however, remains what ails India's paddy crop? As part of our series, What's Ailing Rural India, Jude Sannith travels to India's rice bowl, the Cauvery Delta region, to look for answers.
In Tanjavur, a town in east-central Tamil Nadu, the Cauvery cultivation is about to end. The Tamil word refers to a short-term harvest over a 4-month period between May and August. During the season, around 3.2 lakh acres of paddy are sown along the banks of the river Cauvery. This year, though, water from the Cauvery did not make it to these fields on time, and the cream of the crop is withering away. On average, the Cauvery crop sown here in the Cauvery Delta has a life cycle of about 120 days, of which 80 require water in abundance. The problem, though, is that it is precisely this period that sees water required by these crops collect in catchment areas in Karnataka, only after which it is released to Tamil Nadu's agrarian districts. The result is only about 30 days of water supply, often at irregular, unpredictable intervals. This spells disaster for Tamil Nadu's paddy fields, many of which do not have the support of artificial irrigation systems.
In
some places, our paddy seedlings were charred because there was not enough water to keep it alive till the harvest. Today, water is being released in the Cauvery because of surplus rainfall in Karnataka, but it's of no use and ends up being let into the sea.
While a herd of cattle grazes on dead paddy crops strewn along these dry lands, one farmer shows me his 2 acres laid to waste. With the Cauvery aqueducts staying dry for 2 months, Rajavel won't sell any paddy this year. And the fact that crop insurance does not cover the Cauvery harvest because of the risks involved is just salt on his wounds.
We suffered major losses on the Cauvery harvest last year as well, but we haven't received any insurance payout yet. We have paid up all our premiums and are repaying our crop loans till date.
To get around this problem, some farmers try to delay sowing their paddy. But other factors, like the onset of the northeast monsoons, have ruined their harvest. Then there are rules, like the paddy procurement policy, which mandates that crops brought to procurement centres not have more than 17% moisture. That's impossible once monsoons set in, and so many of the sacks that do make it to the centres are rejected.
An acre can supply us 40 sacks of rice, but today we just about manage 30 bags of damage due to rains and rejected stocks.
Because northeast monsoon comes in the time of harvesting of the Cauvery. So that time we are facing a lot of problem. We are not able to bring the grains from our field to the direct purchase centers. We are losing our grains also.
Farm associations say the only way forward is if the government intervenes to get Cauvery water released on time. The Supreme Court ruling mandates that 177,000 million cubic feet of Cauvery water be released into Tamil Nadu every season. But Karnataka claims this can't happen unless its own reservoirs fill up first. Harvesters now want lift and tunnel irrigation channels to save the crop.
National Water Dispute Act is very clear. Who are the tail-end area farmers, tail-end area beneficiaries, they should be preferred the first priority. But they are not maintaining.
The Tamil Nadu government has not committed to state-level intervention, but has promised compensation for farmers with crop losses.
As things stand today, the Cauvery sowing and transplanting process has come to a close. We understand there are issues with insurance payouts for certain farmers and are looking at compensating them through the disaster relief route.
But this still does not address the delay in release of Cauvery water. This season, the area under paddy cultivation in the Cauvery Delta has increased from 3.2 lakh acres to 5.2 lakh acres. But this only means that the stakes are higher than ever before, especially since the uncertainties have not diminished in any fashion. In Tanjavur, Jude Sannith.
Well, that is the latest in our edition, What's Ailing Rural India. And with that, it is time for us to wrap up this edition of Business 360. Thanks very much. Stay tuned to CNBC-TV18. The news continues when we return.